Game 2 of this SXU tri-match is about to get underway between the pair of visiting schools as the St. Ambrose University Fighting Bees will take on Lawrence Tech University. Good afternoon, everyone. Ron Luce on the call with you. Apologies for our technical difficulties with the audio into Game 1. We will be on the broadcast with you for Game 2 and Game 3 of the remainder of today's tri-match. If you're joining us late, Cougs taking care of business 3-0 against St. Ambrose in game number 1. That was an 11 o'clock start time, and here we're ready to get started with our 1:30 slate between the Fighting Bees in their baby blue unis and Lawrence Tech in their blue and whites here this afternoon. Starters are being announced as we speak. Number 3, Charlie Flynn, among your starters, as is number 5, Michael Boss. Pedro Zhang, as well for the Fighting Bees. Anthony Anderson gets the start as the setter. Libero number 13, Ethan Carbon. Kainalu Ka'ahanoe, one of your starters as well, and number 22, Cam Dixon. And as you heard in the background, Ray Green in his 6th season. Among his assistants, former player Nick Fox, Jennifer Green, and Zach Denton. Gustavo Machado among the starters for Lawrence Tech.
Next, the 6'1" freshman setter, number 10,
and you'll continue to hear the starters in the background. We'll get to some of the records real quick for these teams here this afternoon. St. Ambrose, 13-13. A perfect 500 after that first game. They fell to 5-4 in Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference play, whereas the Cougars moved to 20-0 on the season. They are number 2 in the national polls, and a perfect 9-0 in conference play under seventh-year head coach Tom Ryan. You heard Jacob Page entering his 4th season at the helm at Lawrence Tech. They are an impressive 18-1 entering today, 7-0 in their conference play up in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Should be in store for a great second match here today before we get a battle of top 5 teams in our final matchup as Lawrence Tech and the Cougars will do battle to close out today's tri-match. So starters for either side officially: St. Ambrose, Pedro Zhang, Anthony Anderson, Kainalu Ka'ahanoe, Cam Dixon, Charlie Flynn, and Michael Boss, with your libero number 13, Ethan Carbon. And on the other side for Lawrence Tech, Pedro Aguilar, Nestor Ada, JT McCarthy, Connor Cooper, Gustavo Machado, and Elvis Quafarena are your starters on the other end.
Fighting Bees, Blue Devils, let's play some volleyball.
The substitutions as well. Number 3, Paul Coupens, the libero for Lawrence Tech. And it will be the Fighting Bees starting things off. We're underway. Game 2 of the SXU tri-match. And a nice block up front by the Fighting Bees. Attack coming, and it scales out of play. Lawrence Tech point. Nestor Ada with the kill. Anthony Anderson was the one getting things started on the other end, and this will be JT McCarthy on the serve. Strong with that at one at that, handled by Carbon in the back row. Nice play by Machado on the other end. The dog gets enough. Near side attack and the delivery. Cam Dixon with the finish. 1-1. Dixon, the second leading attacker for the Fighting Bees. Just a freshman, 2.58 kills per set on the season. Big block kept alive by Lawrence Tech. And a nice dig by Carbon. Equally impressive dig for Lawrence Tech. And an illegal attack there as Dixon came to the front row from the back row. So that leads to a free point for Lawrence Tech. And the Blue Devils are in business. Oh, and a nice play by Ada. Just a mishandled attack by number 10, Pedro Zhang. This is a very young starting group for the Fighting Bees. A number of freshmen, including Dixon and Zhang. Boss, just a sophomore. Ka'a Hanoi, also a freshman, so young group for the Fighting Bees. And out of play attack results in a Blue Devil point. A quick 4-1 score in this first set. Big middle attack, but once again, just off the mark. The junior, Charlie Flynn, local product, St. Rita High School. On a 15-minute trip from here. Unable to finish, another Blue Devil point as a result. Here's another attack. Good swing from Zhang. Anderson makes a nice play. Oh, and the denial once again. A great start for Nestor Ada. It should be a block assist. Looked like it may have been McCarthy also in the neighborhood as well. And that one just sent over and out of play. A tough play from Ka'a Hanoi. 7-1 quickly out the gate for the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. Aguiar still on the serve. Nice play, Machado. And the swing out of play. And the Fighting Bees will get the benefits. Cafarena. Nice power behind the swing, just a bit too much. This is Chase Stouffer that got the serve, and that through the block. And finding the floor, once again, Nestor Ada. He'll take the serve now for the Blue Devils. Substitution on the other end. So as we noted, Stouffer came in for Ka'a Hanoi. Anderson with the setup. Nice dig for the Blue Devils. Oh, and that'll get through. Another point for Lawrence Tech. Really nice dig by the libero, Paul Coupons. Kept that bid alive. Ada still on the serve. And Zhang, all of that one. That one connects with Aguiar's upper body in the shoulder region. Good swing from the left-handed freshman. Gives Fighting Bees the serve and potentially new life in this first set. There's Zhang on the swing. Here come the Blue Devils, and that gets through. Gustavo Machado on the kill.
Checking for Lawrence Tech, number 20, Nathaniel Brownlee.
Nathaniel Brownlee will check in here to serve on behalf of Connor Cooper. Same look otherwise on the rest of the floor. Anderson, the setup, got through. The first point for the Fighting Bees. That was Michael Boss. In the middle, the big middle at that. 6'7", 220. And he's a local product. Brother Rice High School, literally just around the corner from campus here. A good attempt by Zhang. Wanted the dig, unable to control that ball. And Lawrence Tech with a comfortable 11-4 lead now in set number 1. Here comes the Fighting Bees attack to the far side, and that is a thing of beauty. Cam Dixon. There's Carbon to serve on behalf of Boss. Beautiful finish for Dixon on that last play. Big denial, kept alive. From the back row, and that'll spark the out-of-bound marker on the netting. Little candy cane poles. And off the arm of Elvis Quafarena. And a tough service error for the libero Carbon. .12-6 now the score. And this is Machado. Now back for the Blue Devils. Carbon will set the play up for Zhang, and a beautiful dig once again by Coupons. Anderson, the setup, a light tap, nice save by Ada. Machado over with the third hit, and the denial. JT McCarthy. And Nestor Ada kind of gimping around a little bit, the official, and he's sharing a laugh. Everybody's okay. A nice play by the Blue Devils. Still Machado on the swing, and a tough play for Carbon. Coming back the other way. Ada. Nothing home, and an awkward setup from Anderson to Flynn results in the attacking error. So still Lawrence Tech control in number 6, Matt Cannon jumps onto the floor for St. Ambrose. Looks like Anderson will get a breather after that tough pass. Carbon with the setup. Short set. Once again, miscommunication. Fighting Bees get another chance. This time it gets through. Cam Dixon. You saw another miscue. It's tough when you get a brand new setter in there. He and Flynn were not on the same page, but good follow-up for Dixon on the finish. Ada, nice dig. Hanoi. This one coming dangerously back to the net, and perfect placement in that corner. Pedro Aguiar. And that is just an example of beautiful touch. McCarthy lacking touch on that swing. Service error. Chase Klein on the floor now for the Fighting Bees. And on the serve, it's the freshman Dixon. Service error. Quick point back to Lawrence Tech. Again, if you're St. Ambrose entering this tri-match, certainly not a bad season by any means, especially with a young team under head coach Ray Green. Zhang denied by Ada, but off the Blue Devils and out of play. Will count as a kill for the freshman. And a couple of substitutions as well. We'll get to see Chase Stauffer once again come in and take the serve. But as we were saying with the Fighting Bees, going into this tri-match, 2 top 5 teams in the NAIA polls after that service error. So the Fighting Bees, a tough challenge as a part of this tri-match here today, but a good challenge nonetheless this late in the season. For example, for the Cougars, just 4 more regular season games. And that's a beautiful service ace. Ada able to ride the boundary. Perfect placement. And the Blue Devils now doubling up the Fighting Bees 18-9. Took something off. Another service ace. Ada saw the soft area, and rather than the fastball, threw in a bit of a changeup there on the serve, and it pays off. This time handled, but just a single hit. Oh, and a thing of beauty. Quafarena with the finish. Cross body attack. Perfect placement here on the near side of the floor. And the first team to 20 is the Blue Devils. And another service ace. Nestor Ada is hot. You have to wonder if Ray Green's thinking about a timeout here just to try and slow this Blue Devils momentum, or if it's regroup and play for set number 2. And that's 4 hits. Miscommunication between Cannon and Boss. So the attack error, or as it's credited officially on the score, bad set. Mr. Ada still on a run. Carbon handles this one. Ka'a Hanui gets it through. The other side, Quafarena off the block and out of play. So still Nestor Ada, quite the run on the serve. Handled easily by Carbon. An attack error, Ka'a Hanui. And just like that, set point on the line. What a run by the Blue Devils. This was at least a 5-point contest, and then Lawrence Tech put their foot on the gas. Zhang gets it through, and that'll count. Fighting Bees not done yet. The set point remains on the line for the Blue Devils here in set number 1. Pedro Zhang, Brazil native. The lefty was set up. Machado gets it through, kept alive. Good work by the Fighting Bees. Once again, and this time, Gustavo Machado finishes it off with a 25-10 victory for the Blue Devils over the Fighting Bees. Teams will switch sides. We will step aside and take a brief breather, but don't go anywhere. Set number 2 action in this second game of the SXU Tri-Match. We'll be back after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Set number 2 action set to get underway here in this second game of our SXU tri-match on this, albeit gloomy but rather mild Saturday at the end of March. Von Luce on the call with you here this afternoon, and that first set, competitive early on. Ambrose started to bridge the gap after Lawrence Tech jumped out in front, but an incredible run by the Blue Devils late in that set ultimately leads to a 15-point set victory. And they'll look to take the second set in similar dominating fashion. A couple of the stats while we're looking at it. Speaking of the Blue Devils, a strong output from Nestor Ada. Just 2 kills, but 3 service aces and a solo block, as well as a block assist. So credited for 6.5 points in that opener. Quafarena also had a strong outing early on. 2 digs, 2 kills for him. Gustavo Machado leading the way. 4 kills, 4 digs. That's team best in both categories for the Blue Devils through 1 set. Also has an assist. Pedro Aguilar leading the team, 7 assists, and also a block assist. And a kill in there as well for him. Really good outing from them so far. Pedro Zhang leading the way for the Fighting Bees. 3 kills in the opener. Dixon also with 3. Boss just 1 kill. Matt Cannon, Anthony Anderson pretty split. 3 and 4 assists respectively. Blue Devils will begin with the serve here in set number 2. It will be the aforementioned sophomore Gustavo Machado. He'll kick things off. Underway, set 2 action between the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils and St. Ambrose Fighting Bees. And it's Pedro Zhang with the first exclamation point. A beautiful swing from the near side. And a quick 1-0 lead for the Fighting Bees to open set number 2. Here come the Blue Devils. Short set. Briefly kept alive. But a beautiful swing from number 21, JT McCarthy. The big 6'5" middle hitter. And now he'll take the serve with things knotted up at 1. Tough play for Carbon to get things started. Ada. Did he find the placement? Yes, he did. To perfection, the light tap. Kept it on the boundary. And Lawrence Tech reclaiming the advantage for the first time in set number 2. Well, this ball to the rafters. Nice rundown by Zhang. Will it get over? Oh, and it just not enough strength from Anthony Anderson. But a applaudable effort from the Fighting Bees. Pedro Zhang almost went Shaquille O'Neal style into the front row of the seats on the other side of the floor. McCarthy on the swing once again. The setup, Anderson, Zhang. Good work there. Quafarena, and 4 hits the call. So that is point Fighting Bees. So now 3-2, and it's number 8, Chase Klein, in to serve. Couple of substitutions. Also Connor Rogalski, another freshman. We mentioned the youth of this Fighting Bees roster. And Klein with the service error will quickly depart as libero Carbon returns to the floor, and number 17, Ka'a Hanui, also back out for the Fighting Bees. We noted at the top of the broadcast, Fighting Bees in their baby blue unis. Back row attack, kept alive. What a play by Ada. Kicked it up. That's completely legal. But just unable to have a teammate in the area. A nice finish for Cam Dixon. And this time a more competitive start for both sides. And the service error returns possession right back to Lawrence Tech, but Baby blues for Ambrose with the dark navy shorts. Dark blue lettering throughout. Libero wearing the white with the baby blue lettering. Lawrence Tech wearing their all royal blues this afternoon. And Libero wearing the all black uniform as that attack sails out of play. Attack error by Anthony Anderson. 6-3 lead. Ada still on the serve. He had that commanding run at the end of set number 1, but a bit of a mistimed swing there results in the service error. Now 6-4, and Charlie Flynn returns to the floor in the front row for the Fighting Bees. High pass. That was a swing from Cooper. Denial, out of play. Point Fighting Bees, and that's a kill for number 22, Cam Dixon. Good net front presence from Lawrence Tech, but unable to control where that block was going. To the sky, Machado, what a dig by Carbon. And shoveled forward by Dixon. Machado gets another try. This one's into the stands. Gustavo Machado with another kill. What a dig from Ethan Carbon for the Fighting Bees. Keeping that initially alive. Nathaniel Brownlee, number 20, serving here for the Blue Devils. To the corner, and it finds the floor perfectly. Cam Dixon, once again. That ball hitting right in front of the line judge in that back corner. Couldn't fit it any perfectly on the floor. Just a light tap handled by Carbon. From the back row, Zhang got all of it. And a respectable dig from the Libero Coupons. And they can't run it down. Lawrence Tech with a big kill. Big block from JT McCarthy and Elvis Guafarena. There's Dixon once again, has it denied. Front row for Lawrence Tech doing a lot of work. Aguiar runs it down. Ada from the back row. Too much sauce. And the attack error tightens the gap. Just a single point. Fighting Bees have done a nice job adjusting, and proper credit to Ray Green. Again, a young team over there in Davenport, Iowa, and still being incredibly competitive with the number 4 team in the polls. They put up a good fight against the Cougars in game 1 as well. And a tough break there on the kill from Gustavo Machado. It's still just a 2-point affair. And it is Machado now on the serve from left to right. This one comes back and just a single hit. From the back row, Guafarena with the kill. And that one just a hair too strong. Service error will return possession to St. Ambrose. (10-8) in this second set. Short set from McCarthy. Nice play by Dixon in the back row. He gets it right back. Ada on the far side, denied. And that is a point for the Fighting Bees. Good call by the line judge off to our right. That ball appeared to hit the out of bounds marker on the netting. A candy cane red and white pole that unfortunately you at home cannot really see all too well. And trying to alert the official. That's a good call. Aguiar to the back row for Machado. Too strong. We're tied at 10. Dixon's service error ends that run. A tough service day for the Fighting Bees thus far. That was their sixth and fourth, respectively, here for Lawrence Tech as well. That was off the hand of McCarthy. He'll be replaced by Paul Coupens. There's Klein on the serve the other way. That's a service ace. As that glances off of Nestor Adah's fingertips. Chase Klein gets the first service ace of the day for the Fighting Bees. We've seen a few for the Blue Devils thus far. And now they have the lead, 12-11. The setup, Adah, big swing from the far side. Once again, all knotted up at 12 apiece. Henui returns to the floor for St. Ambrose. Anderson, short set for Boss. And kept alive nicely. That's Machado from the back row. Another short set for Boss, and he's denied. Connor Cooper, the senior, with the big block in the middle. This is Pedro Aguiar, the freshman setter, on the serve once again. And Boss is denied. That's Cooper, 2 for 2 on solo blocks. Lawrence Tech now find themselves on a strong little run, but this is how it ends. Ka'ahanui. A beautiful swing on the near side to get through the block. Here's Pedro Zhang, the lefty, to serve for St. Ambrose from right to left. Big high toss. Oh, and a nice play by Machado to keep it alive. And Boss will tip it over. Adah got it all. What a play to get things started. That was Paul Coupens. Made a tough play. And then an equally nice play by Machado. Ultimately setting up that chance for Adah. He's got the serve, and this one sailing out of play. The service error keeps it a 1-point affair. If you're looking to stick around on this gloomy day in the Chicagoland area, likely gloomy day across the Midwest, I'd love for you to stick with us for game number 3 after this one, as the 2 top 5 programs here today, Lawrence Tech and St. Xavier, will do battle. We're expecting that game to get started right around 4 o'clock. Great way to end out the day here on this Saturday. Here's Brownlee after that service error. Woo, and a big swing there. The freshman Dixon, Valparaiso, Indiana native. This is very much a home affair for a lot of the guys on the St. Ambrose roster. A number of Chicagoland products. This one's sailing too far off the hand of McCarthy. 16 all. We saw Lawrence Tech start to have that run, disrupted by the Ka'ahanui kill. And then this time it's St. Ambrose on a little bit of a run. Very opposite of what we saw before in that first set, as that glanced off and out of play. Lawrence Tech back in front here by a single point. Rafarena with the big kill there. That was initially kept alive, I believe, too, with a dig, but Carbon unable to run it down, and there's the block. Aguiar and McCarthy with block assists, respectively. Now will Lawrence Tech be able to go on a run here as they did in set number 1 to really bridge the gap? That is the key. Rafarena with a big swing. Anderson got that one to Dixon. Ada from the back. Whoa! Massive swing by Nestor Ada. And we'll get the first time out of this entire match. It'll be St. Ambrose calling the breather. And just like that, we'll step aside ourselves for a moment, but don't go anywhere. Action resumes in just a second on the Cougar Sports Network. Especially when they're good at everything. It's hard to get a guy who's good at everything. Like, he's a good back row player. He's a great server. Obviously, he's a great front row attacker. He stays on the court. Yeah. I feel like when you get to the collegiate level, you don't get as many guys that do everything. So you find a guy like him, he's a good centerpiece. Welcome back, everybody. Timeout coming to a close here. St. Ambrose still in their huddle, and the Blue Devils have returned to the floor. This is set number 2 in a best of 5. This is game number 2 as well, if you joined us late in today's SXU tri-match. Another tri-match on the schedule for next Saturday, April 5th, if any of you Cougars viewers are joining us right now. And that gets through. That's Elvis Quafarena once again. And this is the run that Lawrence Tech needed here late. Their largest lead since that first set, 4 points. And again, some of that possible inexperience coming through for the Fighting Bees, having to fight back. Dixon denied, big block, JT McCarthy. With a substitution, Matt Cannon once again on the floor as Anderson will get a breather. Here's Quafarena on the serve for the Blue Devils. Nice swing. Here comes the setup. That's Dixon. And it's denied again. McCarthy is everywhere at the net for the Blue Devils. And once again, St. Ambrose is going to take a timeout, trying to disrupt that momentum created by the Blue Devils coming out of that timeout. So that's their second and final of the second set. We'll step aside once again for a breather at the conclusion of set number 2 on the other side, right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Timeout coming to a close. Once again, the Fighting Bees still in their huddle. They take their second and final timeout of this second set. Lawrence Tech finally finding the little run they needed to create some breathing room here in the second set. We saw them take the first set by 15 points. over the Fighting Bees, but a much better battle between these two teams here in set number 2. But the Blue Devils, the number 4 ranked program in the NAIA, starting to pull away. Ka'ahanui sends it over the net. Gustavo Machado, and it finds the floor. Lawrence Tech's leading attacker, that's his 7th kill of the afternoon. Mr. Rodado, the leading point getter, 10.5 points with his all-around play. That's a service error for the Blue Devils. St. Ambrose certainly not done yet, but certainly have their work cut out for them as well. 23-17. And Cannon's serve sails into the netting. A service error makes it set point. And Gustavo Machado with the ball in his hand for Lawrence Tech. Carbon, a tough play just to get things started. Dixon tips this one over. Here come the Fighting Bees. Short set for Klein. That's a duh on the far side. Good play, Carbon on the dig. Back row attack, Ka'ahanui. Farena. Oh, what a play by Carbon. And now Dixon, but it's out of play, but it'll be deemed overruled by the lead official, so that is a point, Fighting Bees. The line judge called it out, but I believe the head official was in the right. So Ambrose staying alive, 24-18. Short set, back row attack. Machado ends it on a beauty of a swing. And not as easy as set number 1, but Lawrence Tech still takes away a set victory in set number 2. 25-18 over the Fighting Bees. Teams will trade sides in the ultimate do-or-die set number 3 on the other side, right here on the Cougar Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. Set number 3 about to be underway here in this second game of our SXU tri-match. Lawrence Tech jumping out to a 2-0 set lead. A dominant set 1 victory, 25-10, but a much tighter contested affair in set number 2, 25-18 the final. But really it was a 1-point set all the way down until the final moments when Lawrence Tech was finally able to run away. Gustavo Machado leading the team in kills for Lawrence Tech. He's tied with Cam Dixon for the game high. Pedro Zhang with 4 kills. He's been largely quiet in that second set after a really strong start in set number 1. Ethan Carbon leading the way with 7 digs for the Fighting Bees. 9 digs for libero Paul Coupens on the other side for Lawrence Tech. 19 assists for Pedro Aguiar. 4 block assists for Aguiar as well. JT McCarthy, 5 block assists. Strong net front presence from Lawrence Tech. Nestor Ada, 6 kills. 3 service aces. A solo block, and a block assist. Anthony Anderson will lead things off in set number 3. Ambrose working left to right. And we're underway in the ever-important third set of today's matchup, and that's a great start for the Fighting Bees. Michael Boss on the block. Good swing from McCarthy, but just unable to fire it through, and Anderson will take the serve yet again. High ball. Ada can't be kept alive. Another block. Michael Boss making his presence felt to start off set number 3. And there'll be a block assist as Pedro Zhang also getting a credit there as well. This one tips off the net, staying in play. Short set, out of play. It'll be Fighting Bees point, and it's quick 3-0 for St. Ambrose. Type of start they needed. Trying to keep things alive here with a set 3 victory, which will take us to a 4th set. And then again, best of 5. But Nestor Adab laying down the boom for the first points of the day for Lawrence Tech. JT McCarthy will not serve here. Bartos Rauch instead will do the honors. Lawrence Tech looking to make up the 2-point deficit. And a service error will result in that deficit to grow. 4-1 Fighting Bees. Kainalu Ka'ahanui. Ooh, and a good play by Machado just to keep it alive. Ada denied. Quafarena gets it through. Here's the setup. The swing for Zhang. Did it stay in play? No. It's ruled out of play. So that'll be an attack error from number 10, Pedro Zhang. And a point for Lawrence Tech. They take the serve. It's the freshman setter, Pedro Aguiar. And that one out of play. So consecutive service errors. Now a 5-2 lead for the Fighting Bees. Carbon will serve for Boss. Set for Ada. Nice dig by Anderson. And Zhang. Oh, and it's kept alive. What a play by Machado. Zhang once again, and Ada sends this into the seats off his arm. Zhang makes up for the initial start. Now Lawrence Tech will take their first timeout of this affair. Not liking their start to set number 3. St. Ambrose jumping out to the 6-2 lead. As we noted a little bit earlier, this is game 2 of 3 here in this St. Xavier University tri-match. The Cougars and Lawrence Tech's Blue Devils will square off in about just under 2 hours from now. That's estimated to be about a 4 o'clock start time. Cougars looking to remain unbeaten. Lawrence Tech looking to play upset here on the Cougars' home court and take down the number 2 seed in the NAIA. And as we noted, for those watching at home, there is another SXU tri-match here a week from today. CCAC competitor Viterbo will come on down from the state of Wisconsin, as will Lord's University from the state of Ohio. It'll be the exact same formats here, and folks, we are getting dangerously close to the end of the season. The Cougars just 5 games, including the 2 in that tri-match, before we get into tournament play and ultimately postseason play, as Carbon has the service error there. Conference tournaments will take place the week of April 15th. And the men's volleyball national championships will occur from April 29th to May 3rd. Zhang, big swing, that's a beauty. Finding the floor once again, and we mentioned Zhang at the top of this set. Had a quiet second set, and he has been anything but to start this one off. Cannon will serve in place of Zhang. And we're back underway. Machado. Hanui with a nice dig. And Dixon with the finish. The Fighting Bees found some momentum. 8-3. Everything that just wasn't working before, the Fighting Bees starting to come together here in this third set. Machado gets it through. Block got a piece of it. Cannon. With a setup there for Flynn, but just off the mark. What a dig from Cannon. Quafarena. Dixon. Oh, and it's perfectly placed. Out of the reach of Machado. 9-3. After the Dixon kill. Another good serve from Matt Cannon. Machado this time doesn't get touched by the block. Here comes number 20, Nathaniel Brownlee. He will serve for number 24, Connor Cooper. 9-4 after the kill from Machado. Light serve. Here comes the Fighting Bees. Dixon, it's off the block and out of play. St. Ambrose has 10 points. St. Ambrose looking to do what is incredibly difficult in the sport of volleyball, the old reverse sweep. They need to keep this energy going here in set number 3 to give themselves a chance. Dixon, the serve. And Machado has to make an awkward play just to keep it alive. One sent over. What a play by Ada, and that will result in a Lawrence Tech point. Wow, Nestor Ada with perhaps the dig of the day. Selling out to keep that ball alive. Wasn't much off the hand of Xander Larson, number 21, who checked in there for the Fighting Bees. But it's good work there. Quafarena with a big serve. Zhang from the back. Whoa, and it's off of Machado's hands and out of play. 11-5 in favor of the Fighting Bees.
Checking in for the Fighting Bees, number 21, Xander Larson.
Larson back out on the floor. This is Flynn on the serve. On a laser beam. Coming back to the net, contested there by Larson. Machado, that's denied off the hands of Boss, and that's a big Blue Devils point. They needed that one. Now 11-6. Largest lead of this tilt for the Fighting Bees. Machado with a nice swing. It was Hanui. Now Ada denied. Machado in the right spot. And another block. This one out of play. Nestor Ada with credit for the kill. And a couple of quick points for the Blue Devils. Has bridged the gap to just 4. Short set Anderson to Boss. That's denied. JT McCarthy. Aguiar was in the neighborhood, but that may have been a solo for McCarthy. And a huge defensive play for these Blue Devils. Looking to bridge that gap. 11-8. And a tough time for a service error, unfortunately ending the momentum created. Larson back out on the floor here for the Blue Devils. Anthony Anderson will serve. Ada. Whistle. Point Blue Devils. So 12-9. McCarthy will serve. Going to go on a little bit of a run, trying to bridge this gap once again. We've seen Lawrence Tech be able to go on quick runs when they need to. This could be that moment. Zhang out of play, off the block. So it's point Fighting Bees. The key for these Blue Devils, you cannot let St. Ambrose keep the momentum. They're a young team, inexperienced team, but with a lead, are proving to be dangerous. Hanui. Boss able to keep it alive. Oh, and a perfect decision by the freshman Dixon. And a healthy lead for St. Ambrose here in this third set. But a tough service error keeps things going. 14-10. Aguiar, the freshman setter for the Blue Devils. The setup. Dixon on the far side. Here comes Lawrence Tech. Oh, what a swing. Elvis Quafarena. And Aguiar now to take the serve. Still a 3-point deficit. Anthony Anderson, short set for Boss. Denial. Connor Cooper. Here comes that Blue Devil momentum. They have another game after this. They certainly want to end it in 3. But Pedro Zhang says, I will take care of that. Still a 3-point affair. 15-12. And it's Carbon serving for the big man Boss. Rafarena sends it over. Zhang! That one out of play, but they will note point Fighting Bees. Might have been off the block. And this one will sail out of play. And now Lawrence Tech will take their second timeout as they trail by 5. We'll step aside for a moment and take a breath, but don't go anywhere. Plenty of set number 3 action on the other side of the break here on the Cougar Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. Carbon has a service error to get things started out of the timeout. So a critical point for the Blue Devils out of the break. And now an attacking error in the sport of volleyball. Timeouts. The first point out of the timeout, possibly the most important for either side, as it starts a sense of momentum, and 2 quick points from the Blue Devils, but a good response for the Fighting Bees. And it's Cannon. Taking the serve here. Well, for Reyna on the far side. Off the Ambrose block and out of play. And a slew of substitutions. Connor Rogolski's gotten a lot of run. He checks out, as does Cannon. Zhang and Anderson return to the floor. And for Lawrence Tech, it's Nathaniel Brownlee. He'll take the serve here. Anderson, back row attack from Zhang, and it's right at Brownlee. Another critical point for the Fighting Bees. And a slew of substitutions here. Cannon out there, Rogolski out there, Larson out there. So now Ray Green really digging deep into his bench. Rafarena. All of that one, but handled by Carbon off the block. Well, this one's way up there, coming off the ceiling. And Machado just punches it over. Short set. Good denial from Flynn's bid. And this time Rogolski got it through. Machado, what a dig by Carbon, but still it finds the floor. Lawrence Tech clawing away. There's Quafarena. Zhang from the back row delivers a strike. And once again, the slew of St. Ambrose substitutions. They're starting to find their groove. Anderson, Zhang, and Ka'ahanui. And a tough service error there for Charlie Flynn. Zhang and Ka'ahanui return to the floor. You get the rotation by now. Just a 3-point affair, 20-17. Machado on the serve. Out of play, point Fighting Bees off the block. A big dig for a kill for Ka'ahanui. Anderson's service error is far from over. Connor Cooper, returns in the front row for the Blue Devils. It's McCarthy to take the serve. 3 points separating these two teams here in this third set. Zhang, and that ball hits all the way over near us here on the broadcast side. And if not for the metal stanchions in the ceiling, that ball may have been directly heading for me. Big point for St. Ambrose. They're 3 away from taking their first set of the day. I mentioned the 3-0 sweep at the hands of the Cougars in the first game. There's a and he says, we stay alive. 22-19. Still in favor of the Fighting Bees. Ray Green talking things over with his crew. Pedro Aguiar. Just a light lobbing of a set. Anderson, short set for Boss. Blue Devils were ready. Does it stay in? Yes, it does. Elvis Quafarena has bridged the gap, and now Ray Green, with both of his set timeouts in his pocket, have to wonder if he uses one if the Blue Devils are able to tally here. Oh, but it might not be needed. Cam Dixon. Charlie Flynn to the front row. Ethan Carbon will serve for Boss. Quafarena, as Lawrence Tech refuses to be put away easily. Here's Nestor Ada to serve, and he had the incredible run in the first set. Can he do it again? And that is a point, Lawrence Tech. This one's getting interesting. Late in set number 3. And there is that timeout for the Fighting Bees. Just a 1-point affair. Fighting Bees lead 23-22. Remember, you got to win by 2. We might be going into extra time. Given how this has gone, we'll be back here in just a second after the break. Welcome back, everybody. Lawrence Tech out on the floor awaiting the Fighting Bees. Just 1 point separating these two teams. Ambrose had a strong lead, but Lawrence Tech showing why they're the number 4 team in the polls, fighting and clawing their way back. And that one sails out of play, so set point is on the line.
Set point, Fighting Bees.
Here's Cannon looking to put this one away for the Fighting Bees. And sending us to a 4th set. Machado off and out of play. Carbon looks like he didn't want to play that one, understandably so, as it looked earmarked for the out-of-bounds area. Nathaniel Brownlee, with the Blue Devils trailing by 1, will take the serve. Anderson to Dixon, out of play. We're tied at 24. Can Lawrence Tech pull off the comeback in this 3rd set? They need 2 to do it. Dixon. Zhang from the back row. That's denied. Good play by Flynn to keep it alive. Ada. Carbon in the right spot. Short set. Flynn. Oh, and the Fighting Bees don't get the point. I believe that was just out of play. So attack error from Flynn. Brownlee with a chance to complete the comeback. Back row set for Zhang. This one's coming all the way back. The setup. Machado. And they've done it. Lawrence Tech comes all the way back in set number 3 and wins 26-24 to complete the 3-0 sweep for the Blue Devils. Thank you for joining us at this Game 2. We'll see you for Game 3 as the Cougars and Blue Devils do battle here to complete the SXU Tri-Match. I'm Ron Luce. We'll see you in about an hour or so for the final game of our Tri-Match. We wish you well and a good night.